This is expected in LA any goddamn week. You know what I'm saying? Them Luciferian suckers. You know what I mean? Meeting over the redistricting line process involves the three Los Angeles council members and powerful labor leaders. Martinez was heard making racist statements, and the group disparaged over politicians. Los Angeles County Federation of Labor President Ron uh, Herrera, however, resigned from the post Monday night at the meeting with the federal executive board. Two sources close to the situation told the Times, requesting anonymity, anonymity or whatever, media, to describe anonymity should be anonymous. Describe sensitive internal matter. One source said that the organization would make a formal statement Tuesday. The political future of Martinez de Leon and Sausalito remains seriously in doubt following the outrage over the racist comments she made about a colleague, then toddler son. Martinez stepped down as president of the city council on Monday morning. Goodbye, demon, blood clot, Democrat. Now I'm saying the move and go over the bridge with the rest of get your money, your shit, and some bread and water, not beat it. You know what I'm saying? The move instantly triggered behind the scene jockeying at the city hall over who will replace her. You know what I'm saying? You need to replace all them demon Democrats down there because we know they probably signed the contract and are part of that deep state garbage as well. Nearly 40% of Republicans will blame election fraud if GOP doesn't win Congress, polls said. Well, I would do the same thing too because they've been cheating forever. No matter where it come from. They're still cheated. The demon Democrats are known for cheating 100%. So they can't talk shit at all. Mexico has quietly become the most popular destination for America. Meanwhile, they're telling us that the border is wide open and the people are running because you know why? They're over there shooting up the whole fucking town because this was a part of driving them like cattle over here. Now they're living on the streets and everywhere else. But we see quietly that Mexico became the most popular destination for American moving abroad. Here's why expats are happy with their financial situation after moving to south of the border. So I thought this it was chaos over there for the people. But you have an open border policy, and all the people are running over here, 4.9 billion and trillion and zillions of Latino people running over here, while the American people moving over there. Ooh, so we see the scheme on the business inside of there. But we see a newly report looking to how many Americans have moved to a selective set of popular countries that analysts highlighted a large number of Americans heading to Mexico in 2021 compared to 14 other destinations. In a separate report about the expat, you know what I'm saying, Mexico ranks highly for both its cost and living and housing affordability. Mhm. But meanwhile, we over here on the high inflation, high prices, border invasion, and flooding under our cities of all these people saying it's so bad over there running from coyotes and cartels, but it's the number one destination for American moving abroad. I hope they're listening in the walls of this one. Since they like to climb up in the walls and listen to Point Black. Point Black gonna give you a bedtime story, send your ass to bed. Nah, I mean they full of shit. And I told you. You see what I'm saying? They're full of shit then and they're full of shit now. They like to do this because if you look at what happened, let's go back to one of my reports when they were shooting up, I think it was Tijuana, guy riding around in a Jeep with a machine gun just shooting up everybody in the town. doing this over in many different other towns and other places, and the governor saying, go to America, you have it free, and saying the border is open, and anyone wants to go, you can go. Meanwhile, they're shooting up the fucking town, and the people saying, no one, let me get the fuck up out of here before I get killed. Governor Hoxel announced the opening, but meanwhile, the border is wide open for Americans to move over there. So what is this, a replacement theory? Governor Hoxel announced the opening of 5.9 million supportive housing development in Suffolk County. Yeah, and when we gonna see the money for the poor people who living on the streets of Suffolk County? I want to hear that bullshit and the crime rate and different things that go on around here. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to put the money out, let's see the money come out and let's see the money make a difference for the people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to some kind of relief of the rent, a high rent that they are paying. Well, let's see what Kadiasa have to say. Well, we see Crazy Caddy Hoxel has announced an opening of Mercy Garden, a $5.9 million supportive housing development in Central Islip in Suffolk County, supported with 5.2 million, you know what I'm saying, in support in state funding. This project creates 19 units of permanent supportive housing for formerly homeless individuals and families. And I hope so, and I want to see the goddamn results. Since you want to put your mouth on the line, and we need to, as people, we need to check it. Black people need to be up on this from day one and make sure that you get your share out of that, because that will turn into be something that you won't get. And then next thing you're going to be sitting up here crying and sighing and dying. If she speak, keep her to her word. You know what I'm saying? But I still think she needs to get her ass about it, because our little gesture ain't saying nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? She needs to, it's a big gesture, don't get it twisted, because the people need it. You know what I'm saying? But to me, she playing her cards. Migrant bus to New York hotels, knocking doors and asking for help. But meanwhile, when we look at the situation, as we see here in this whole jammy jam that we just see, we see where Mexico has quietly become the most popular destination for American moving south to the border. Here's why expats are happily with their financial situation after moving south to the border. But meanwhile, we look back over here, we see Mexico, Americans move to 15 popular countries. At the top is Mexico, 16,022. United Kingdom, 14,626. You know what I'm saying? Canada, 11,958. Australia, 7,948. You see what I'm saying? But Mexico is at the top of 16. But meanwhile, we look over here on the other grizzly, we see where we catch another vibe on the slide with a migrant bust as the big holocaust of migrants. You know what I'm saying? Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? Migrant bus to New York hotel, knocking doors to ask for help. But it's the destination of many Americans want to save money on rent and bills and stuff, moving at 16,022 to south of the border. After being placed in a hotel, a migrant who came to New York have been wandering the streets of Staten Island, you know what I'm saying, neighborhood looking for food, clothing, and employment. The migrants are residing at a property in Travis, Chelsea, that includes the Staten Island Inn, Hotel Inn. You know what I'm saying? And Fairfield. In, of course. And the Sweet Marriott. I wonder how many homeless at Penn Station ever got that chance. but let's be honest. I wonder how many of them really got a chance to chill at the Marriott Hotel, you know, see over there, Fairfield, you know, see, chilling in the inn, you know, staying in the Holiday, and you know what I'm saying, Six Flags and Great Adventure. You know what I'm saying? They're full of garbage. They're full of garbage. These demon Democrats believe that they can maneuver people left, right, and the third and the fourth, and they believe that Luciferian organization all across the world can all come together in one small swoop against the people of the world and drive them like cattle from the left to the right. People need to start waking up as to what it is and who it is running your government and bringing on executive laws that commands the army, the air force, the navy, the police, and all these different people of institutions of government that can cause harm by a coup or a corrupt individual using them against the people. Migrants at a hotel say that Travis has been treating them well. You know, a rest a restaurateur, I guess, help feed hungry women and children in need. And they should, you know what I'm saying? And get down there to Penn Station and feed those people too. And make sure you get the people on the west side over there where they're in camps and different stuff on sleeping on the sidewalk. Make sure you get them in the Marriott and the Holiday Inn. Just like you helping them, and they're in a desperation situation. Same for the people who've been on the streets in the freezing cold all these years. You garbage demon Democrat, get the hell on your fucking job, because I don't understand what the hell you're getting paid for. Because why is you driving the people over here talking about this like it was so bad over there talking about coyotes and cartels, but it's a number one destination for Americans to move south of the border. Get out of here, please. A 24-year-old teacher, as we see here, well, before we get to that one, New York City officials say, you know what I'm saying,